Hey guys, welcome back to another GTA 5 online racing video. Today it's the classic car showdown, and once again in the background I'm showing what should be hopefully my fastest lap from practice. As I'm going very sideways in my Turismo Classic, which I'm racing in GT1 once again, and GT1 is the Turismo Classics, and GT2 is either the Stinger or the Stinger GT. There's no GT3, it's only the first two GTs in this race. And once again on the left I've got my setup. I'm not going to go through all of it this time. Let's go over the main thing. So I've gone for the hot rod wheels once again with stock tyres, because after the last race I tried the wheels on my normal race cars, so it's like normal racing, like the 5-lap non-contact kind of things. And it actually felt really good. It felt really consistent. I was actually saying personal best lap times as well. So that's why I've kept them on, well, all my cars really. And shout out to Mitch, my best friend Mitch, for doing the colours for this car. Purple wheels, wasn't too keen on it at first, but well, I'm not really seeing much of the wheels here, am I? So it's not that bad. And lap time wise, my best lap from practice was a 1 minute 37.9, with I'm seeing consistently around mid to low 138. So consistent to my pace for what I can do, but I have no idea if that's anywhere near what anyone else can do, because G-Mac, you remember from the last race, me and him seemed pretty even, but I've done a lot more practice. I've done about 50 or so laps of practice, and the end of this lap here is just completely curb boost central. So there's a thing at 1 minute 38. It's time to see how I get on in the race. Okay, so starting from P5, you know it says P8, it's completely random grid. G-Mac got the pole, explosions off and away we go, and we get a shocking start, get loads of wheels off the start. Now we're getting down to 6th, 9th, what position are we in? 7th, down to 7th and 5th at the start. That's not what you need. Now we've got one of the last GT ones behind me now here, because there's a massive crash from the front. We're just getting into the back of the trailer and spud now. Oh god, there's a massive pile up in turn 1. This is not going to, now here come the GT2 to overtake us. Oh god, this has not been a good start. Now, we completely bullied that GT2 out of the way, make it break, because, well, I felt like it, because I'm down in 10th. We're behind a GT2 for position. That GT2 in front is for position. And 1 lane wide at the start when you're trying to get 8 or 9 cars into it. That is not going to end well, ever. Now come behind this GT2, he brakes so long he into the back of him. What is he doing? Oh, someone just goes flipping there. They're going to take by blue Turismo Classic. They hit the Stinger, so they have to wait for him to get back past. So we now get back up into 8th. I can tell you now, we spent a lot of this race in 8th. Now coming up, we actually not lost that much time from the leaders. At least you can see the cars right in front of us. Getting a bit of a slide on there. I was trying to get into our rhythm. So we were behind Trey, and I always want to beat the race host because they picked the race, so you think they know the race pretty well. So I'm going to try and beat Trey and try and finish top 5. Now coming on start lap 2. Oh my god, there's a massive purple car in the middle of the road. How did we skim that barrier? That tanker had not hit it. That purple car right on the race. Someone else has spun off. Now we're back up into 6th. Okay, now I just need someone else to spin. Now we're back up into 5th where we started. But what happened there? That purple card is completely blocking the middle of the race, well, blocking the side of the racing line. Hopefully there's someone in that car now. Coming onto the start lap 3. The purple car's still there. We try to avoid. No, we hit the tanker. We hit the tanker. We spun. Oh no, this is not what we need. But thankfully, the 2 cars behind us that had the incident last lap are far enough behind, so we keep our 6th position. Thankfully for the time being, that's not going to help our cause in getting anywhere close back to the top 5 anytime soon, although I'm completely smashing to the wall there. I was having real difficulty with that corner. Don't know why, I just seem to do it. We've got a G-Mac in front of us. A G-Mac's fortunately lost the lead now. I'm starting on the pole, we're like 30 seconds behind. I don't know if he got caught up in the mass of the lap 1 incidents, but I think he might have. To be that far bit off the lead now after only 3 and a bit laps. Now coming on to lap 4, that purple car still there, can try to go on the other side. Oh, they never hit the side, and we spun again! Oh, nightmare, complete nightmare. That purple car needs to go. Someone needs to move that purple car. And now we're back down to 8th, dropping down behind Trey and AJ Axel. And, well, we're seeing pretty even on pace on those 2 laps because they haven't caught up to us. And now we completely lose the rear end once again, having complete issues around that corner. And I just don't know what's going wrong in this race, except for that purple car. But I don't know why I'm just doing so badly. I just can't get into my rhythm so far. Okay, complete stop. We hit the tyre while we spun again. I hate those tyres. Those tyres have more of a grip on my car than I have a grip on my life. Well, again, that could mean that they're slippery as fuck. Hey, you know what I mean. Now we're even further behind now in 8th. I've got to try and chase down AJ once again. Now coming up behind Brady in a normal stinger, and we know what happened last time we raced Brady.
All I have to do is fuck up.
Fuck up. Choke. Fucking tree!
Thankfully there's no trees around this time, and thankfully no Mount Chiliad around either. If Brady thankfully pulls to the inside, gives us the racing line, and we just completely go around the outside of him into, well, we're putting my lap down, we're still in 8th place. Seem to like 8th place at the minute, that's where we've spent most of this race. And there's someone left, I don't know if they were a spectator or if they were a GT2 or someone behind me. But they were at least behind me anyway because I'm still in 8th. You can see now lapping one of the other GT2s, and I think that may be in the GT2 leader. You can just see on the mini-map how far ahead the next dot is. They're already going past the pit lane. I don't even know if that's a GT2 or if that's 7th place. They're coming all the way into lap 28 because literally nothing happened. I was just driving around in 8th because I'm in 7th now. Oh, AJ's lagged out! AJ lagged out! God, wow. Now we're into 7th. I mean, I was just driving around in 8th for like the past 25 laps because I'm going to say, well, I'm faster than the few GT ones behind me, but the ones in front of me were all slightly faster. Now, that car behind me, that's not the position, that's the race leader coming up to lap me. On lap 29 for him, lap 28 for me. You see now, because we're in a GT1, we're in theoretically the same car. Well, it's the same car, such that it's made a minor difference, but overall we're in the same car, so unlike a GT2, he's not going to be faster than me everywhere. So he's going to actually catch up to me first if I'm going to let him past. Because the GT2s you catch them regardless, no matter what happens. So that's why I'm still letting him through yet, and hopefully when I do eventually let him through, because he's still not close enough yet. The thing is, he's not getting me on the straight line. That's the thing. I don't want to, because I'm up to 7th. There's still a chance of getting top 5. I mean, until 5th place crosses the finish line, I can still finish 5th. So now we decide to let the leader through at this point of the lap, because now hoping that we can stick behind him, learn his lines, gain these extra seconds that I'm clearly losing somewhere, try and stick with him, try and use his lines to my advantage to try and catch back up to 6th and 5th place, because there's no way we're going for the win. There's no way we're making up 1 minute 30 whatever he's doing lap times in. Now we're certainly not going for the code. If we hit a lamppost, we hit the lamppost, and that's any chance of trying to follow the leader now completely gone. That's why I was lagged out. Now we're up into 6th. 2 GT1s lagged out in 2 laps, and now we're 18.8 seconds behind Trey. Calling him Trey because I can't pronounce the first part of his name. So we've really got to push now if we want to stand any chance of catching back up to Trey. Maybe get someone in 5th position. Now coming on to lap 32, we've got Trey in our sights now. That car in front of us, that is Trey. And we've really hunted him down now over 4 laps. I don't know if he's had any car issues, don't know if he's traffic issues or if he's flipped. He's talking of flip, he's gone sideways, he's gone the back, he's gone flying over, he's gone to Narnia! What has just happened to Trey? We hit the wall there because I was completely distracted by where he was going. I think his people called him. When I cutting a few laps later on, Trey's right behind us, and I see his headlights in the background, that's Trey. He gets a lovely switchback now to the inside, and I'm going side by side with Trey. I'm going to pull him in the corner, we force Trey on the outside, we have the outside line, got the momentum. Going through his curb once again, it's going to be quick. We hit the lamppost! Oh, why do we keep hitting lampposts? Now that lets Trey back past now up into 5th, but we're not going to let this go. We've caught up 18 seconds to him, we overtook him. Granted, he did go to Narnia, but we did overtake him, so I'm not letting this go. I've got to push the ultimate limit. I've been pushing for the past hour 10. And if you've ever done a GTA race, you know how hard it is to push after an hour. And we get completely sideways, see how much we're pushing there, and that's not really going to help our cause. Let's get a pretty nice corner there, because we're going so slowly. Actually keeping pretty close to Trey. Coming on to the final lap of the race. Now we've got Trey just in our sight, so we've also got GT2, and that's Brady once again. And if you get past Brady, Trey spun, we're back up into 5th. Now all the distance between us is Brady, maybe some trees, maybe Mount Chiliad, and maybe a shitty lap from me. But either way, I've got to try and keep us down to 5th position. I see frantically on the horn there. I just want Brady to get out of the way. Judging by how we completely, honestly, we raped that GT2 on lap 1 down here, so that's why Brady to get out of the way. So going through here wasn't held up by Brady. Now see, we've only got a 3.5 second lead back to Trey. And that means nothing. See, if I go to Narnia, hit another lamppost, I'll easily put Trey back in front of me. After this final lap, I was going to try and keep it as smooth as possible like I did back on the muscle car race last week or the week before, whenever it was. Keep away from all the barriers, avoid everything by 50 postcodes, and just bring it home for 5th position. Because there's no way we're catching 4th. 4th is... I don't think 4th is far too well. Finishing, there we go. 4th place, they're just finished. You can see how far behind we are. We're at least 30 seconds behind 4th. Because we really just don't have... We've had some okay-ish pace by what I was able to do. But we just don't have the consistency to go with it. We've been fast-ish, I hope. But really inconsistent. Like around this final sector of the lap. So we're trying to avoid the lamppost once again. Because you see those few dots behind, I think Trey's just caught up now to lap Brady for the final time. Now we're going for the Kobe, who's just ensuring that we get 3rd position, stay well away from that lamppost, and we're going to finish in P5. Taking a look at the end results then, and the winner, Parzelli, that's how you pronounce it. He was completely on. He was on another planet today, finishing over a minute ahead of ACDC in 2nd, racing Benji in 3rd. But what doesn't make sense to me, you know that purple car at the start, that was Benji's car. So how the hell did he finish 3rd from that? Then Honkies in 4th. Why can you not have names I can pronounce? Honkies in 4th. We somehow we get 5th. Yeah, and actually saying on 136.7, so we went 1.2 seconds quicker than practice. But we were still 2 seconds slower than what we needed to be doing. Trey come home in 6th. GMAC fortunately down in 7th, starting on pole. Madden in 8th. J Luke in 9th. And Blazing My Weed took the win in GT2, ahead of Brady in 2nd. Trez in 3rd. Cam in 4th. Then Sarja and Thunder, who ended up being a spectator at the end of the race because he got kicked out of the car and sent back into his unupgraded Monroe. So that's been this very edited down race of where I spent the entirety of it in 8th place. So thanks for watching. Remember to leave a like, comment down below, not an F, unless you want to, it's your choice. And I'll see you all next time.